I'll say, this is Jason David Frank, and we're at Dallas. What is it?
Dallas Fan Expo.
Dallas Fan Expo. Dallas Fan Expo. What's your line?
Fan Expo Dallas.
Fan Expo.
Fan Expo Dallas. We're gonna go with Fan Expo Dallas. Okay.
Fan Expo Dallas.
Yes.
Let's practice our line. 1, 2, 3.
Fan Expo Dallas.
Perfect. All right, here we go. About to roll. All right, this is Jason David Frank, and we're at
Fan Expo Dallas.
What an entrance!
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you guys for coming. This is very exciting.
Thank
Very
you so
excited
much
to
for
be here.
coming.
Haven't been Dallas has been, I think it's been a few years.
4 years.
Who's keeping track?
Really, just keep the track there. Well, hey, time flies when you're having fun, I guess, right? Anyway, I appreciate y'all, and just give you a little intro before we get started. My name is Jason David Frank. I did a small show at one time called Power Rangers. It really was a small show at one time that nobody believed in, but me and Haim and other people believed in it. Now it's huge.
Yeah.
But I've always been proud of the show for the last 25 years. I've been doing Comic-Cons, and I've been around there just, reaching out to fans and letting people know how cool it is that I'm a superhero. Some people come up and they say, oh man, are you ever scared that, you're stereotyping yourself? And do you ever regret anything? And I said, sir, look around. Would you regret anything? This is life. This is something that I live for, is to make you guys happy. And it's something that you guys love, Comic-Cons and Power Rangers. And actually, this is the first Comic-Con since the release of the movie, which is exciting for me.
Yeah.
And it's always cool to see people dressed up as Power Rangers at all the conventions.
It is very cool. I love that. And that's from day number one. You guys have been so awesome about it. And just as you guys, let's face it, you all been dressing up into Halloween like every year. The point is, we're older now, and now we have a Halloween year round. You can go to Halloween anywhere you want. Dress up as your favorite hero, which is cool. But yeah, it's just exciting to see that. It's exciting to see people cosplay. I'm cosplaying as myself.
You did a great job. You are spot on today.
I know we're gonna have some questions and things like that. That's Nicole right over there. She's helping me today. I thought it'd be a little bit easier, especially with vlogging and stuff like that, if we could. We don't have a microphone, but it'd be a little nice to make a little bit of line if you guys have questions instead of just shouting out the questions. In the meantime, so if you want to get up and ask a question, let's just throw like 10 people up there for now, and then we'll have plenty of time. But I gotta get this vlog thing set up. Hold up.
Oh wow.
Shooting and everything.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
So if you guys do have a question, we're obviously going to need you to project because we don't have a microphone. And
yeah. So a couple things before you guys are gonna ask. I can save some of your questions. We will talk about the movie, which is great now that we can actually share about that. So it's no more secrets anymore in regarding to that. There was just a few things that we filmed, and a few things that were cut, and a few things that we filmed, and a few things that were cut. So this is Hollywood. Sometimes you end up on the editor's floor, and so before I speak, I don't want to make sure I pump people up and get people all excited for nothing. Bat in the Sun is, you guys seen the Green Ranger and White Ranger beatdowns on Bat in the Sun?
Yeah.
Yes, right. White Ranger versus Scorpion, and then Green Ranger versus Ryu. And the reason why I bring up Bat in the Sun is because Aaron is the one that, pretty much took the My Morphin life and edited it all. And I was looking back at the things I've been doing, even now with Valiant playing Bloodshot. The things I've been doing, and so much belief he has, not in me necessarily, but in the fans, because he's a big fan of Power Rangers. And he is a great director, and he does really awesome things. So he's bringing so many different projects to the table, and I'm just wondering, like, man, what does he see and what does he believe in? He sees what I believe in, is the fan base. And that's when I started these shows 6-7 years ago. Comic promoters were like, you don't have a fan base. I'm so sorry, you're going up against 100 celebrities. I don't know how you're gonna do. And I said, I'm doing it. And it just 6-7 hour long line. I mean, me and Johnny Bosch were the only Rangers doing these cons. I didn't know what Comic-Cons were. And I've been doing it and staying true to what I do. When I do these shows, I don't take appearance fees. Someone asked me about a Q&A, do you charge? No, I don't charge. No, this is stuff that I love to do. If you want to get stuff, you can. If you don't have to. But my enjoyment is just seeing you guys and being here. And I love talking too.
Well, look at you now. You go for it. Make sure you project so we can hear you. You can just stay right there. You're good.
Right here?
Sure.
Okay, first question.
Yes.
How did you feel about being a cameo in the new Power Rangers movie? You've never done cameos before.
Yeah. You know, it's funny when you say that because I was trying to explain to like Jenna and people what a cameo is. It's like you have to be someone to have a cameo, right? So it's kind of like you can't. It's either you're an extra or you're a celebrity and you're doing a cameo, right? She's like, well, I don't understand. And like, you know, could you do a cameo? I said the cameo is something like Stan Lee. You know, when he does the movies, people are like, whoa. So never done a cameo before. I'd rather be the star of the whole entire time. So I'm not used to it. But sometimes it's humbling.
Because
But
when I saw you, I literally stood up and started applauding.
a lot of people were, and you know the crowd reaction shots I got were like New York, and the two top cities everywhere is on my Instagram is New York and Houston and Dallas, or Houston and Texas and Dallas. You know.
Texas.
Yes. So Texas always shows me so much love, and not just because you know I live here and I'm from here. I just think that the people are different. And when I first moved here from Los Angeles, I was like, okay, what's this guy want? And like, he's coming up and he's gonna ask me, he's like, sir, do you need help? And I was thinking, oh, you know, I don't know what he's asking. He was really genuinely just trying to help me. That's before Siri. Well, if you go down this street, and I was just like, so nice. In LA, you don't know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? And the attitudes here are so different. And that's why I moved here, because I love it. So you can just tell it's just, you know, the Texas love. We're a huge state and we have huge hearts, I think, you know? Thank you, I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, buddy?
So there was roughly 8
Do you do have clothes under the robe? Don't answer it.
Oh,
Okay. Don't show us. Don't. What if you went? No, man. It's fine. It's fine.
Totally different type of panel then. All right.
You know what's funny about robes? Robes are pretty comfortable. There's a Green Ranger robe I saw online. My dad wears robes. And sometimes I think, man, it's like for old people, man. Like, you know, like, I swear, if you ever catch me in a robe sitting on a porch and doing nothing, I'm old. And the other day I was in this Bruce Lee robe, sitting on the porch, and I'm doing nothing. I'm thinking, my life. What has just happened? But anyway.
You're more than life.
Yeah, robes are good.
I'm really comfortable in here.
Yeah.
Right. So there was roughly an 8-year period between when you left as the Red Turbo Ranger to when you became the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. And I wanted to know what was that process like of going back to playing Tommy Oliver after such a long time not playing him?
It's interesting, you know, I've done so many different Power Ranger, you know, histories, or what you call it, you know, the Mighty Morphin, and then went to the Zeo, and went to Turbo, and then now Dr. Oliver, the Black Dino, you know, series is popular for like the kids your age, right? In the back, you were like, yeah, right, one. And it's starting to, you know, see the surfacing of the fan base. Sometimes people are like, okay, it's enough of the Green Ranger. You know, you're really milking the Green Ranger, blah, blah. Okay, well, now I have White, and then I have Zeo, and then I have Turbo, and then I have Dino Thunder. And then I'm going to stop it. It's, you know, the power of the Tommy Oliver thing. But when I went back as Dr. Oliver, however I became a doctor, I thought it was cool. Because when kids recognized me, it wasn't Tommy. They would be like, Dr. Oliver, and I instantly had this, people that didn't know me, parents were probably like, oh, he's a doctor. I'm like, yeah. So that was cool when people go, Dr. O, and I'm like, hey, what's up, little guy? Parents are like, stranger danger, get away from him. But it was interesting going back. Everybody was fans, and just like going to the cameo, the people that worked on the crew, the people that filmed the movie, the Lionsgate people were so excited that the reaction at the premiere was like, whoa, and we're talking professional. You know, this is a premiere with like, you know, the studios and the executives and people that are supposed to keep things calm. They were really excited about that, you know? So going back to the show, I had that, oh man, did you hear Jason Frey, Tommy Oliver, the real dude's gonna be coming to set. So when I did that with Dino Thunder, I went back to help the ratings through Disney. The ratings, Disney owned it, and the ratings were dropping slightly, so they asked if I would come back, and I said sure. And I double checked to make sure I can fit in spandex. I said sure. Now I say spandex ready, hashtag spandex ready. You never know what happens. Spandex don't lie, you know how it is. And, so I went back and I said yes, cool. So I'm a doctor, and then black was a favorite color of mine, and so you know my wardrobe closet was all black, and I was Black Dino Thunder, and that was it.
Was there ever a case where you were on an airplane, they're like, is there a doctor on the plane?
Oh, I
and you
so
stepped out?
wished. I could just envision it and be like, sorry, I couldn't help. But you said you were a doctor. I just play one on TV. I answered your question, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes my ADD gets in control of me.
And yes, he's wearing clothes under the robe.
Okay, so which story of how the Power Rangers became the Ninja Rangers do you feel is more canon? The movie or the TV show?
Well, I would. That's a good question. Never been asked that question before. You know, the movie stuff was great. It was big. I didn't think they were going to take that to go to the TV, TV series. And so sometimes we leave things for a movie, for the movie industry, for television. But that happened to be that we were the TV people, we were the movie people. So they kind of merged it together. I like the movie versions of it. I thought it was really cool. It was really that the headband. I'm a guy that's like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like really weird and like socks, itchy socks, or shirts that like itch me and like stick on me and stuff like. It's weird. The headbands, I just remember just a nightmare. They were just like so sticky. You know, they were just like, so every time it was just, anyway, it just brought back flashbacks of how the bandanas were made. I don't know why they couldn't put cloth inside the bandanas. Why it had to be that, anyway. So to answer your question, probably the movie, but it was cool they did it into the series as well.
Thank you, mister.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I like that. Thank you, mister. Now I can listen to that line while I'm sitting in a robe on a porch, thinking, how old am I? Thank you, mister. Thank you, mister. Hi.
Hi, huge fan. I've watched you since South Six, and I've idolized you ever since then. Inspiration.
Thank you, buddy.
Never give up when things look bleak. Anyway, my question is like, okay, when the Bruce first came to you saying, oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna be losing your powers. You're gonna be losing your powers again. And how do you feel like you were shifting like color to color like really fast? Like,
You know.
like all fancy to you, or is it just like, what's the change that's not for you?
Yeah, I think the overall idea about the changes that we were, it was the Japanese footage show, so we had to match Japanese footage. So every time we did a season, we ran out of footage, so we switched. But it was also good marketing because you all bought new toys. It was like, oh yeah, new toys. Wow. And parents are like, I hate you. I'm like, I'm just trying to give your kids new toys, mister. Anyway, but switch different toys. But for me, it was okay. I was ready to move on to, I talked to Haim Saban for the first time in many years and loved seeing him. And, at 18 years old, him saying, oh, you're going to be a star and you're going to be this. Sometimes you got to slow things down and put a break on things and live for today and not just get too excited with stuff. So switching colors was okay for me. Switching cast members was more of an issue for me because it was just, we were always switching and it was just so hard. You work with people and people leave because of whatever reasons and you're switching it. For me, I just switched costumes. Spandex all felt the same. The only time it felt really different is when I was Zeo and I was like, okay, I don't have a shield. I feel naked. I don't know. It's just weird, So it was cool. It was nice, cool and calm and just switching colors, just a different color of the spandex and just a different day in Tom Oliver's life, except I open my closet and everything's green and then I open it, everything's white. It's like they act like kids are so like, oh, kids will never see that. The shields were different on the show. It's like, you have to wear these colors or they won't recognize you. Okay, all right, wearing the colors. Now you want to recognize me as white, and then I dress in red, so the wardrobe's swapping and everyone's using different wardrobe and stuff like that. So, but it was fun. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And let's not mention name like ages in public really loud. Like, I watched you since I was 6.
That was last week.
All right, that was last week.
Have you gotten to keep any of your outfits from the show? Like, is your closet actually filled with spandex?
I do have quite a few stuff that I have from the show that I accidentally got. Everyone's gonna be like, what? I knew you took. No, I'm a big collector on stuff. Things that people would throw away, I would keep. Like on the show, we would shoot in we don't have digitals. We would shoot in film, in the old school film days. So we'd shoot in 16 millimeter. And Elon will take a picture of a Polaroid to see how the lighting is, and then the Polaroid he would look at it and go, cool, and throw it in the trash. And these were Polaroids over and over again. It's natural for him. We probably took about 50 Polaroids a day, Tweed and Austin, just everything. And so he put it in the trash and I collect them. So I got all these original Polaroids that I think are pretty cool. So I used to keep things that they would necessarily were gonna maybe throw out or get lost, because all the stuff on Power Rangers is now lost. You know, when Disney shot it, they were told to destroy everything on the end of the season. So Dino Thunder, all the stuff has been destroyed, so it can't go anywhere. And if it was my company, I would be kind of like the hoarder and hoard it all and have this cool museum that just like shows everything. You know what I mean? Like people walk in and it would be cool. So I guess I was like a Power Ranger hoarder. I just collected everything. Right? Oh, collect this. Oh, that sign. Take that out of the trash. Give me that water bottle. Kimberly drank from. Yes. I have DNA. All right, maybe I didn't go that far, or maybe I did. So what? No. But to answer your question, I do have some.
Oh, okay.
She's like, great. Really good. I think we gotta go now.
Not throwing away my water. All right. You have a question?
Are you done with that water bottle?
On any of the shows, what was the scariest moment on set for you?
Having a girlfriend. Scariest moment on set. You know, you always have this first time jitters on a job. You know, you get out there and you're like, man, I want to do the best I can. And sometimes if you focus on those jitters, you might not do the best you can. So I think the first day on set was like it was overwhelming for me. I'm the new guy, you know, the show's already going on. Like, you know, Tommy's just a kick butt character. I didn't know anybody. Just really overwhelming, much like the character on the TV show. So when I came into it, it was just overwhelming. And I think the scariest moment was, for me, the lights were there, the command center, you got green screens. I don't even know who Zordon, I never met Zordon on the series at all. Never met him at all. Now maybe on Comic Cons, but never seen him, just because we don't work with him. It's a green screen. So I think the scariest moment was me to embrace what I was supposed to do. And that was my time that, you know, God put in my life to say, okay, let your jitters go and just focus on today and get through it. And that's kind of what I did. So I would say going on set, you know, my brother he played my brother on the show. I lost my brother years ago, but when he was a tough dude, charisma, and we got along great. We were like called the Fearless Frank Brothers back in the days. And on the tournament scene, we would like kick people's butt. Like they'd be like, oh no, the Frank Brothers. My brother would go to the biggest guy always and be like, let's just get him out of the way. I'd be like, okay, you can, right? So we learned this way. But the point is, like, he has so much charisma and so much. And then when he wanted to act, he was like, I got that. It's easy. I was like, okay, it's not that easy. You know, when you're like, public speaking is the #1 fear in America. You know, it's not that easy. So he was a tough guy, and I remember he got into his mark, and I've had hours and hours and years of training, and he comes at his mark, and his line was like, Tommy, you're my brother? And then I'm like, cut. I'm like, why you sound like that, man? He's like, dude, this is hard, man. I said, yeah, we'll just talk normal. Why do you gotta be like, Tommy? I'm just talking the way you are. Like, he's like, well, I am. Yeah, I can. And I'm the action, Tommy? And just watching him sweat and hit the mark, it wasn't that easy. You see things and you're just like, well, it's so easy, but it's not. You know, there's a talent to everything. Like, I had an event at iFly last night, flew some people. Who was at iFly? Any of the flyers in here? Yep, cool, got a chance to fly. Experiencing new things, you know, and it's not that easy. It looks easy, but everything is a talent. Cosplay, makeup, and we all have our talent, and that's what I'm here to tell you all, that we all have a talent. What is the talent that will bring you to the next level, not financially, but mentally? And what is your talent that will provide you a way to live? Because if you're passionate about your talent that you have, then passion, everything follows. Money, everything else will follow, but you have to be passionate. So I was passionate about Tommy. I didn't care. I would have paid them to do it. It was fun to go there and film, you know? So we gotta like tap into what our talent is. If you say, yeah, you know, I'm really good at editing, and yeah, I'm really good at this, or I love doing cosplay, but you know, people make fun of me and they say, hey, I shouldn't do it. Well, hey, everybody in Hollywood, I could not get an agent in Hollywood. People thought this was a joke, you know, and I read something I still read stuff, and it says, you know, movie makes a hit on one of the cheesiest kids shows of all times, and I was thinking, you know, I did an interview today, I said, I like being cheesy. Because kids eat macaroni and cheese, we love cheese sandwiches, we love cheese pizza. So I knew when Power Rangers was gonna hit, kids will eat it up like me. I thought it was cheesy and I thought it was awesome and I love macaroni and cheese. It's a household name. Power Rangers is now like crack macaroni and cheese.
Now you need a sponsorship from Mac and Cheese.
Yeah. Crap, mac and cheese. It's good to be cheesy.
First of all, thank you for even coming here and being with us and trying to encourage us in everything else that you're doing.
Thank you.
With the movie that came out, you had your brief cameo in the Power Rangers film. The end credits scene alluded to Tommy Oliver. Is there a possibility you could cameo in Power Rangers 2 as Tommy Oliver's father?
Well, as you guys know in the Hollywood industry, and from the first movie, I don't know who said it in the first movie, I have to remember if it was Dulcia or if it was me or if it was someone, but anything is possible in life. I said it from the first movie, anything is possible, right? Yeah, it's funny because we had to get through the first movie to see how, it's a very fine line. They did a very, now I can say it was a very dangerous move. Reboots are always dangerous. A re-envision of the show is safer, but a reboot is dangerous. Just because it could either be really good or stink really bad. And Saban always found that fine line. And I say I believe in Haim Saban because you guys don't know Haim Saban like I know Haim Saban. I post and people are like, yeah, he's this and he's cheap and blah, 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 blah. Haim has taught me a lot in business. Not only has he taught me a lot in business, he has taught me that passion still exists. He's worth billions of dollars and he will say, stop, that's not what that character, no, we don't want that. This is my show. I'm the creator. You see Saban Entertainment, this is the way we want it. So he's always been protective and I respect that. When he stepped off and sold it to Disney, what happened to the brand? It went this way. And the people are like, oh, Disney, the brand went down, guys. Sold it for so much money and bought it back for a fraction of the price. And then he rebuilt it. Just like the CEO of Starbucks stepped away from Starbucks. Thousands of shops were closing. They didn't understand what happened. The CEO came back and said, we're losing the flavor. We're losing the touch of a coffee shop like in Italy. And we're losing that. He came back and now Starbucks is all over again. So it really is who you trust into the CEO. The CEO knows my fan base. I went to the movie premiere and people were like, JDF, it wasn't even my movie, it was like one cameo. And people were like, ah, and they're like, my God, can we just keep this guy out of media? You know what I mean? Can we move on to other stuff? Because it's the fan base that you grew up with. You grew up with me. And I kind of raised you all, so you look at me and it's true. It's the truth, It's like, it's the truth. And, the love story with me and Amy, it touched your hearts. And now you guys are there taking a stand for me, saying, hey, this is actually the cool guy behind the mask, and I'm doing things because I love doing it, and it's just my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do, but anything's possible, I guess, right?
It's good advice. Anything's possible, and follow your dreams.
Yeah.
This is more for my 7-year-old who's kind of shy back there, but you want to know...
You don't even have a kid, do you? I'm kidding. I see. All right. He's just like, look, you wear a Green Ranger shirt. I'm gonna put headphones on you. You don't need to listen. I'm just gonna raise you up and you go like this. No, I'm just kidding. I know. I'm kidding.
But you want to know what your favorite Ranger color was to portray?
What's your favorite? What's your color? You have a green shirt on?
Oh, he's green and pink.
Green? Then I would say, let me see your shirt. Yes. Then I would say my favorite color is what you are wearing, my friend. Green.
Yeah.
Hey, you never thought to ask that question when you were 7? Hi.
Hi. First of all, I just want to say I love you so much.
Thank you.
Dallas.
Thank you.
I was wondering, could you morph for us?
A morph? I can do. I don't have a morpher, but let me show you that.
Jason.
I'll show you that.
Get him.
Yeah, hold on. Before that, this is how the morphing used to be, and this is just the way it was simplified. All right, it's simplified.
Should I get out of the way?
No, you don't. You have to. Because if you watch the show, Austin and everybody would just go like this. It's morphin' time. That was it. Right? So that was easy. And then we had to do the morphers, right? So then we do and if this coin's probably gonna pop out. Gotta be careful. Miracle, you can film this. It's not gonna be nothing big deal though, guys.
I'm filming it.
Kind of
All
a
right.
big deal.
So, couple things. Go look at the movie premiere, movie picture that we did with anyone. I have a question for all the Rangers because I was looking at it. And I didn't mention this because it'll probably be all over the media everywhere, and I'm not criticizing anyone. Which way we all decide to morph? Everyone's morphing different in that picture at the movie premiere. You know what I'm talking about? I think like Austin's like this, Walter's like this, Dave's like this, I'm like that, right? If you look, there's like all different kind of 4 different morphs. So in the very beginning, we would say, Austin would say, because he was the leader at that time, he'd say, it's morphin' time, and put his hand behind his back. Then we'd do an insert shot, and then we'd say, Dragon Sword, like this. That is why I don't use props, because I told you the coin's gonna fall out. So if you simply look at, I knew this happens all the time. That's why I was
That's why
like,
yours was taped in.
Mine was taped and mine was Velcro. So there's little tricks, okay? So there's little tricks to it. So we would do the next shot we would do is we would do this and say, Dragon Sword, like that, right? And then we would put it all together. But if you do have a morpher, and this is the tip that you just saw, you need to take this coin and you need to get the double stick tape or Gorilla Glue and just glue it in because you don't want that to happen to the show, which you did. So,
You hit the button on the back.
Dragon Sword, bam, okay, now, here's the thing. That's why we don't do it again. But let me say one more thing before we morph. I would go like this when I would morph. Others would do this, right? So for me, in theory, I would do this with my hand like if I was doing a karate check. Because this in karate was sloppy, so like you won't see, it looks cool for film, but you won't see this on morphing. So when you go look at it, like you'll usually see me do this. So like at the premiere, I would do this, right? So different ways to do that. But then it started getting more complex. It was like, bam, go! It was like, oh, keys, the dragon. I was just like, guys, I was like, can we just do one thing? How about this? It's morphing time! So I don't remember all my other morphing sequences, but I will practice them next time. And I'll have to bring mine so the coin don't pop out.
This is the most informative panel I've ever been to. That was awesome.
Y'all need to say Dragon Zord on the count of 3 though, okay? All right, you have to say it now. You have to say Dragon Zord super loud on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Dragon Zord! Yeah! And as complex as that was, now you got to get all of us to do it together. Now you have to make all the props work together. It's like take 32. I had to do a basketball thing, and I had to just get the basketball in the hoop. So many takes. We had to do a cutaway shot, and right before I was like, no, roll this one. I feel it. Roll it. The director didn't roll, and I was like, it's in. He's like, we weren't rolling. You already tried it 32 times or whatever.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We only have about 10 minutes left. I know.
I'll do my answers quicker. I'll be fast on my answers.
For Badness Son, is that project tasking and Operation Black Unicorn still a thing?
Yes, we talked yesterday. We just have so many different things going on with Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, and I played Bloodshot. In that series, Bloodshot was supposed to be in it for a little bit, but now I'm in it a lot because the character's pretty popular. And then after that, we're gonna go back to our original project. Trust me, we got like, so many things are happening right now, and Aaron's so busy, and I'm so busy. I just don't wanna I'm not one to just flood the market full of stuff. I'm really passionate about what I do, so when we build something, we need to build it proper. So, but it's been in the works for like 3 years, and we've been offered to sell it. People were like, I wanna buy it, I wanna buy it. I said, no, not yet. We got too many things right now. We're just, it's like a fine wine. Longer it takes, the sweeter it is. I don't drink wine, but I just, it sounded like a cool thing if I did.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. The favorite Power Ranger move for me is probably just a check move. I go, like that.
Yeah!
One of those.
What's your favorite move? Do you have a favorite
like it. Wow. Yeah, you're welcome. Nicole, are we showing that? How long is that? How long do we have on the Q&A?
We have
Right now.
less than 10 minutes.
How long is the video? Do you know?
Just do it.
I wish I could.
Let me
it's your problem.
let me fast forward into a slot real quick. Did everyone see this? Yeah.
Kind of.
But here's the thing though. I really got to ask you guys. What I'm showing right now. I really can't film and take pictures of, because you know what happens if you do that.
Yeah.
You can read about me. Read about it. So I'd like to show you guys, but please don't record or post. I know I have the best fans in the world. Let me just fast forward to a little cameo, the cameo part, and then I'll get it. Okay, so we can't film or take pictures of it. Let me just show you like a quick little 2-3 minute thing, and I'll find it exactly. And then I'm gonna release the vlog a little bit later. Okay, when I get permission, and I don't, so I don't need it.
All right, guys, so phones down.
All right.
Please.